We are recording in progress with Liz Hinlein. Thank
Perfect.
you so much, Liz. I appreciate that. For being on the show. You're a writer, director, producer of The Sun Will Come Out, comedic short film. Liz, would you like to introduce yourself and or the film in any way prior to starting?
Sure. Hi, I'm Liz Hinlein. I am a DJ director and a creative director, and it was such a joy to make The Sun Will Come Out with Mandy Gonzalez, and we can get more into it. That's what I.
Cool. It's a very cute film, very sweet. And the first question to play it forward is, what was the emotional connection that you had that inspired you to make this movie?
Um, well, I was commissioned to make it by a organization called the Telling Room, which supports young writers around the country. And one of their people is, like on their board is Mandy Gonzalez, who's the lead of Hamilton and a Broadway star. And she's written children's books. So they wanted to do something featuring her. And what I wanted to, meeting her and then hearing her journey, um, one of my favorite themes is surface versus reality, and that we think that on the surface that she had this such an easy time of it. She worked with Bette Midler. She's been in other huge shows in the Heights and this and that like she just had like a total easy time breaking into Broadway and becoming a star. And then the reality is, as we see it with The Sun Will Come Out, how she tells her origin story through all her failed auditions. And I just love sort of pulling the curtain back and seeing behind what it really takes, the craft and the effort and the passion to move your career forward in such a way.
That's cool. I like the idea between the difference between what we see and what the truth is. And it reminds me of a statement like, you can't compare your insides with somebody else's outside. Have you heard that one?
100%.
Yeah.
Exact.
So it's, our perception is always greener on the other
Hmm.
side. What do you think the message of the movie is to viewers?
I'm hoping, and we're hoping that the message is never give up. Um, and I think that is the main message that through the trials and tribulations, if it's something that really means a lot to you, whatever that performance is or your craft or stuff like that, that never give up on that. And you never know when it'll be your time.
I definitely got the message of perseverance through it. And I think, having repeatedly failed in terms of however success is defined, specifically financially, as an artist, and then get kind of growing beyond that as an artist and coming to a place where um, it's it's kind of a different experience of the art. It's as a younger artist, I was very much interested in like creating a product, getting it out there, getting feedback or money or whatever money into
Right.
parlay, especially as a filmmaker. You think money, money, money is what you need to make the movies. And that's not necessarily the case. So, especially today, with the technology that's available. But I think, what I'm trying to say is that I've come to a place where I I'm starting to not even care about
Mhm.
whether or not how it's received necessarily
Mhm.
publicly, but I'm sort of seeing that my work is to refine my own spirit, my own psyche,
Mhm.
and if through this artistic process there's some life with others, then that's great, and if there's not, then I'm still doing my work as an artist, and that's what I'm doing, alongside of making the life that you need to make for your family, however you do it. So that said, I guess where are you in relation to that journey as an artist? And what if you're not a success like Mandy is, this wild Broadway star? what happens? Are you any less of an artist? Are you any less satisfied?
That's a great question. I've come to the belief that you just have to do what makes you happy. And you just have to, and if for me, I love making things, and I'm sort of agnostic onto what platform it is. It could be immersive, it could be a film, it could be this, but I love being an artist and I love making things, and that makes me happy. And it's not, and I also don't pressure my work anymore about that should earn me a ton of money. Like to be the star. So I that this film needs to earn me money so I can blah blah blah, or this film needs to get me an agent at CAA, or this, I don't pressure the work anymore, and my work has gotten a lot better because of it, and I've gotten a lot more confident with it. So I feel like I think that success is in the doing and in the making. And that, same way you are, it's like the fact that you're actually making something. There's so many people that talk about making something, or I will write that screenplay, or I will do that thing, or I will write that book. And even a very good friend of mine has been putting off writing a book that's a genius book for a long years. And so it still is this outside there, but I love the doing and the making. And that to me is as important as the accolades, as the thing, as the money. Because, money you can get in different ways, and it doesn't have to come from that piece of art necessarily. And the other thing, thinking about, what other people think, is because it's such a, we're such a global audience these days. There's so many micro audiences. Every piece of work will find a home. I do believe. I believe there's a micro audience of 3 people that will watch whatever that is.
Yeah.
And they will passionately like it.
Yeah.
It might not be a blockbuster audience. It might not be Barbie, but there'll be there's an audience for everything.
I think as we're speaking, and the conversation is kind of like a soup, right? You just marinate a little bit. I'm realizing that I think for myself and the evolution of an artist, it's important. There's a great point where you tease the ego out from the art, and that's really important place, to come to as a human being, which is, I think, even more important than to come to as an artist. You know, um, do you have any thoughts about the ego and the artist?
I'm not so angry at my ego anymore. I mean, I think we all have egos, and and the acronym for ego is easing God out.
Mm.
And
That's great.
a good one. And so I don't get so mad at that. I like attention. I like people look at my work and be like, what a great job, and this and that. But I also, for me, my work now is very, even subtly, even with like a Mandy project, is social impact. Is my work is meant to do something. It's not just in my mind, it's not just a form of entertainment. I did have like an actor call after she saw the film at one point, took kind of out of the blue email from an actor that's like, that really made my day. I was feeling so down. And then I saw, how Mandy had to persevere. And that to me is sort of social impact. And my work is doing something in the world. And for me, it's doing something positive and making some type of change. So then I don't get as involved so it's not my work anymore. The work itself is a tool that's doing something. And then my ego's not involved with it.
Since making the film, Liz, how have you been changed as a person?
It was a great experience, and it just made me fall in love with people who can sing and do theater, because Mandy just opens her mouth and this voice comes out of her, and it gives everybody on the set get chills when she started like actually just singing a cappella, and so I don't know if I have a change for that, but I definitely have a deep respect, even a deeper respect of working with a theater artist.
Yeah, I think that there's a certain amount of vulnerability that has to happen in any artist, and especially a theater artist, getting out before a crowd and seeing that. Liz Hinlein, Play It Forward. The short film is The Sun Will Come Out. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun.
Cool, Liz. All right, that's it. Everybody, thank you for joining. Peace.